Stardew Valley farm. Take a tour with me as we explore. There is me waking up in my cabin. Today is year 3. It is spring, day 7. Today is Lewis's birthday. Lewis is an NPC character. He's the mayor of the town. Here you can see each of these 3 days are the desert festival. On the 13th is the egg festival, kind of like Easter. And on the 24th is the flower dance. On the 21st and 25th we have a bookseller. On those days I can get skills by buying books. Next to my bedroom over here is the nursery. In the game, in Stardew Valley, I have a daughter named June because she was born in the summer. Next to the nursery, I have the children's bedroom. I really like the way that I have decorated this room. I have a bookshelf and a shelf over here and a globe. The globe is my favorite. This room is for when June gets older. Down here I just have a few knickknacks, one of which is a purple looking gummy bear statue that gives me iridium. Iridium is highly valuable. Next to this room I have Harvey's office. Harvey is the in-game NPC that I have chosen to marry and live with in Stardew Valley. Over here we still have our Christmas tree set up because I think it adds a little bit of life to our cottage. I have a picture of Harvey because I thought it was fun. And this chicken statue is my favorite. My favorite. Next to the chicken statue, I have a coffee bean plant. Coffee bean plant. I like my coffee bean plant. It produces coffee beans that can be made into cups of coffee. Today there are no beans on this plant, but maybe in a few days or tomorrow, who knows? This is Harvey. I'm going to talk to him. He typically has a few phrases that he's programmed to say as an NPC. He says, I'm going to study the medical literature today. It's important for me to keep up to date so I can give my patients the best care possible. Thank you, Harvey. gifts to earn favor. Favor with other people in the village. They can also be very valuable. And of course, food can also be eaten. But I don't typically eat the food because it's more valuable to me to sell them or give them as gifts. We will start at this end over here. I have a bunch of iridium star things that I have produced from my farm. We have lots of eggs, and then there's some feathers. Feathers. Light as a feather. These duck feathers are very, very important, and they can sell for quite a lot of money. And being an iridium star is the highest star. You can have a silver star or a gold star, as you can see with some of the things in my toolbar below. However, an iridium star is the best star you can get. So do not only have a duck feather, but also an iridium star duck feather. That is very, very lucrative to sell. I also have mushrooms in here that I have grown or foraged. Many, many mushrooms. If you're wondering what all of the colors of eggs are, if we start at the left, that giant egg is a dinosaur egg. Yes, you heard right, a dinosaur egg. The dinosaur egg. You can have dinosaurs in Stardew Valley as farm animals. I am surprised that my dinosaur has not eaten my chickens, considering that it lives in the same coop. But I have been pleasantly surprised, and I am quite happy to have a dinosaur in my collection. On the next chest, we have lots of seeds. I try to keep seeds here so that I can plant as soon as possible on the first day. If I do not have a stock of seeds kept for first day of each season, I have to wait 3 hours until the local grocery store opens. The local market, the local grocery store. Local grocery store. And the problem is that if I am not planting starting at 6 a.m. when I first wake up, I will not finish planting all of my seeds. And if I do not finish planting all of my seeds, I cannot water my seeds. And if I do not water my seeds will not grow. So, I keep a collection of seeds that I can plant on the first day of spring, so that I can water my seeds and make sure that they grow. Here is a chest with not normal seeds. They are actually natural seeds that I have foraged. You cannot buy them at the grocery store because you have to get them from the plants that exist already on the land of Stardew. mysterious things. In the next chest, I have lots of tools and things that I might need for later. I have farming equipment and batteries and bat wings and maple syrup and cave carrots and essence of different things. I have cobblestone path and a wooden path and a few portals that I can use to travel through. Over here I have my mailbox. Normally I check it first thing, but I'm not going to check it today. We are busy on our tour. Next to the mailbox I have a recycling machine. Sometimes you can put trash in there and it will give you something useful in return. Here is a chest that is opening and closing. This chest is what I use to ship things off, so I can sell my cheese and my mayonnaise and my eggs and fruit and vegetables. And I can put them in this chest to sell at market. And the nice thing is, I don't even have to be the salesman for it. I just ship them off and they are sold. The house over here, this small house over here, is the house of an old friend of mine. We don't play together anymore. Over here is some lightning poles. Over here is a dryer, so I can put like mushrooms in here, and it will give me seeds. Over here I have wood burners. These wood burners burn wood in order to make coal. Coal is used for firing things, and it's very important to have coal on hand. Over here, I have iridium bars being forged in these fires, and actually they've already been forged, but I needed coal for these bars. This is my cat, Whiskers. We're going to give her water. Whiskers was my first pet. And over here is Sir Nathan. Nathan, like a horse neigh, but Nathan, like the name. This is my horse, Sir Nathan. I'm going to try to get in here to see the chicken coops, but it seems I cannot. I'm very much struggling. The reason I have the fences set up so importantly is because I'm afraid of chickens escaping. I've had too many escapes in the past. And look chicken, Henry the blue chicken. And then you will notice that I started naming my chickens after chicken fast food restaurants. Chicken fast food restaurants. Some people might find it morbid, but I do find it quite funny. This is filet, as in Chick-fil-A. Do you like Chick-fil-A? This is Rhino, actually not named after a food chain restaurant, but if you'll notice, I also have a chicken named Dino, and I named him Dino as in chicken dino nugget, chicken dino nugget, and I thought Rhino rhymes with dino. I also enjoy naming the animals things that they are not, as chickens are not dinosaurs and chickens are not rhinoceroses. That is why the chicken's name is Dino, Dino, Dino. Here we have Church's chicken, Church's chicken, Church's chicken. Do you like Church's chicken? I've actually never been to Church's chicken, but I thought it would make a funny name. We already talked about Dino, so let's go on to Burnt Nuggy. Burnt Nuggy. I hatched my first black chicken. My first black chicken, and I did not know what to name a black chicken. So, in the fashion of the other names that I have chosen, I chose Burnt Nuggy. Burnt Nuggy. My next chicken is named Colonel. Colonel, as in Colonel Sanders from KFC. Colonel Sanders from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken. I do like KFC. Next, we have Han Solo. Star Wars fans know that this is a play on the famous character's name, Han Solo. Next, we have Kane. Kane, like Kane's chicken. Kane's is a fast food restaurant. Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. I thought Buffalo was a good name because, number one, it is the name of an animal that this chicken is obviously not. I also enjoy Buffalo because buffalo wings, buffalo wing sauce is quite popular, and it's quite a well-known type of wing. But buffalo wing is also Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings. And that is also the name of a chicken restaurant. And then we have Popeye. Popeye. I grew up with a cartoon character named Popeye, but this is Popeye as in Popeye's the chicken restaurant. And now we have cows. A lot of these cows are names that I would typically pick for a cow, because there's something so delightful about naming a cow that you really don't actually have to take care of in real life. I find cow names to be so fun, and a lot of cow names are old-fashioned women's names, and I do like those names. The first cow I have named here is Shauna. Shauna. Shauna the cow. And then we have Clarabelle cow. Clarabelle is actually a famous cow. I believe she's from Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. She's one of the anthropomorphic cows. One of the cows that walks and talks and speaks to Mickey Mouse and his friends. Clarabelle cow. just liked the name Millie Moo. The next cow we have is Mrs. Calloway. Mrs. Calloway. Now, I don't entirely remember where she comes from, but I do believe Mrs. Calloway is also a famous TV cow. I think Mrs. Calloway is from a little-known movie called Home on the Range. Home on the Range. My last cow's name is Betsy. Betsy. Of course I had to have a cow named Betsy. It is just such a nice cow name. And now we're on to the dinosaurs. In the same fashion that I named the chicken Dino, I named my dinosaur Nugget to have chicken Dino Nuggets. My other dinosaur's name is Rory, because dinosaurs do roar. And I thought Rory would be quite funny. Next, we have quite well-known duck names. We have Donald Duck off of the Mickey Mouse franchise, Donald Duck. And we have his nephew, Louie Duck. I do have Louie, Huey, and Dewey Duck. Louie, Huey, and Dewey Duck. Louie, Huey, and Dewey. Louie, Huey, and Dewey Duck. And I also have Daffy Duck, which is from Looney Tunes, because Daffy is quite a funny character. Now, the friend of mine who owns that little cottage off to the side of my farm, the cottage that I didn't show you, we decided on Duck Norris. Duck Norris, because my friend was really into Chuck Norris, so Duck Norris was quite fitting. We also have Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid, because goat babies are called kids, and it's quite funny to have Billy the Kid. We also have Boba Fett, and Star Wars fans know that this is a play on the name Boba Fett, but instead it's Ba, which would make a little bit more sense for a sheep maybe, but I thought a goat would be funny too. We also have the name Jeb, and I cannot remember if I chose Jeb or if he was a cartoon character, but he might have also been a goat from Home on the Range. We have Porky, Porky Pig, Porky Pig. Porky Pig is from Looney Tunes, Porky Pig, Porky Pig. And we have Ham the Pig, Ham the Pig, Ham the Pig. If you know Toy Story, Ham is the piggy bank toy, piggy bank toy. Ham is a pig. We have Bugs Bunny, Bugs Bunny.